They say everything has gone as planned.
Good afternoon, Secretariat. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, please, are we ready? Can we get started?
Yes, sir, we are ready. So I'll just take the screen off and so that you'll be able to share.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Please, you can go ahead now and share your screen.
All right, thank you. I will do so. I don't know whether you can see my full screen. Can you confirm, Richard?
I can see your full screen.
Yes, sir, we can see your screen, sir.
All right. Then we can get started. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Engineer Dr. Patrick Amoabequin. I'm a fellow of the Institution of Engineering and also the chairman for the membership committee. I'll be taking you through today's workshop. What is the pre-exams workshop? And I want to use this opportunity to thank you all for showing interest in our noble institution and even desiring to be members of our institution. I'm sure and I hope that this particular workshop will be part of the processes or will lead you all to become, will be useful in leading you all to become members of the institution. What I will do is I'll go through the presentation, and after that, if there are any questions, we'll open the floor for questions and answers. You can also use the chat box to put your questions, and after the presentation, I will answer from the chat box. So brace yourself and enjoy the presentation. So in the order of the presentation, this is just my email and phone number. Later on, I'll display it again. But the outline of the presentation is mainly, first, I'll talk about the objective of the workshop. Then I'll just give you some general information about the institution. Then we'll look at how do you become a member. There are various routes to become members. Then the application processes. I'm sure most of you have already started the application process, so I will not belabor on that. Then finally, focus on the professional examination, specifically the examination that you intend to write. And then we'll go to how the results are finally, the processes that the results go through, and if you are successful, the induction process. So what is the objective of the, someone is saying she cannot hear me, Dorcas. I guess the rest of you can hear me. Dorcas, then check your computer system. But if not, please, the rest of you can, others confirm that they can hear me so that I'll not be speaking in the air.
Yes,
Just
sir.
I
can hear you.
Yes, sir.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you.
I can hear you.
Then Dorcas, please kindly check your system so that I think the rest of your colleagues can hear.
You're not monogamous.
Right.
So why is that when it comes to only human interaction, you want to be monogamous? You don't even have
All
one
right.
best friend. No, I want your best friend.
Hello. Also,
Hello.
when you join, yes, please kindly switch off your microphone. For now, I'll be the one talking, and later on you use the raise hand button and the chat room for discussion. All right. So let's just exercise those rules so that we can have a very successful one. Thank you. So the objective of the workshop, well, clearly the main objective is to prepare candidates and for the professional examination, and also to educate, which is related, to educate you on the examination processes and thereafter other things that I talked about earlier on. So by way of general information, the organization you intend to join is the Ghana Institution of Engineering. The Ghana Institution of Engineering has a constitution and also some bylaws, and that is what we operate on. So before you become a member, we do expect that you will have an idea of our constitution. You also do have some ideas on our bylaws. But just for a brief introduction, I'm just going to talk about how the institution is structured, who we are, what we do, and then maybe during the question times, if you have other questions, you can let me know. Now, generally, the institution is divided into branches, mainly by geographical location. So when we say branches, you can look at it regions, but there can be 1 or 2 regions together and they can form a branch, but mainly based on geographical location. So Greater Accra is one of the branch, and normally we name our branches by number. So we have branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, branch 7. Now we have up to branch 7. So maybe the 3 northern or now the 5 northern regions form a branch. And so that is, so if you hear a branch, that is one of the ways that we are divided. We are also divided by classes. So in classes, we are looking at occupational groups, and I will later on talk about the occupational groups. But we have different occupational groups. Mainly, we have what we call the professional engineering. Maybe I'll just talk about the occupational group and later on go into the details. Then we have also, based on our engineering practice, let me put it that way, or whether you are also registered, you are providing services. So we register firms and other entities by that. Now, by our definition, you are a full member of the institution if you are either a fellow, a senior member, or a member of the institution or any of the occupational groups that okay, let me just talk about the occupational groups. There are 4 main occupational groups. The first occupational group is the professional engineer occupational group. Then we have the professional technologist occupational group. Then we have the technician occupational group. Then we have the craftsman. So those of you who may have known the institution years ago, we used to call ourselves Ghana Institute of Engineers. But now we are engineering, so we are bigger, and we look at all other professional occupational groups. So if you are either a fellow, a senior member, or a member of any of the occupational group, you are considered as what? A full member. So that is the first thing that you need to do. Now, you can also belong to technical divisions. So the technical divisions maybe are the things that we did in civil engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical. For now, we recognize the Constitution but gives room for other technical divisions, only 4 technical divisions. And it
only sensible to me, therefore.
Hello, please.
I'm looking at
Solomon, you are interfering with our distance, Solomon. Okay, so as I was trying to put across, so we only have 4 occupational groups at the moment. So civil, geodetic, they are all together. We call, sorry, I said technical divisions. So they are the civil technical, we have the electrical, electronic, we have mechanical, mining, and chemical mining, also occupational group. Those are the 4, and I'll talk about them also later. Now, by the institution, we have a council, and they are the governing body of the institution, which I'll talk about that later on also. Now, what is the objective of our constitution, mainly of our institution? We are to promote and advance the science and practice of engineering to the benefit of society in Ghana and Africa and globally. So that is our main objective. And we do that through the registration and regulation, maintenance of professional standard, promotion of welfare, civic service, and promotion and recognition of excellence. So that is our function as an institution. And as I said, I think I jumped the gun, but these are, in terms of our organization, we have the geographical location that I talked about. We have the headquarters, which is in Accra. Then we have the branches, and under the branches, we have chapters. Then Professionally, as I said, we have various technical divisions. We have the chemical, mining, civil, electrical, electronics, mechanical, agric, marine. These are the four. So it doesn't mean that we do not recognize other engineering divisions. So depending on what you do, so petroleum, depending on your practice, we normally will put you under this and all, any biomedical and all those things are recognized. But for now, these are the four. With time, if they gain the requisite numbers, these new technical divisions will be formed. Then in terms of practice, we, as I said, we have the professional engineering or engineers, professional technologists, technicians, and craftsmen. And I talked about the registered entities earlier on. So who is a member of the institution if you belong to any of these categories? So either an engineering practitioner, a trainee engineering practitioner. So most of you who are trainees now are part of our institution, or students or temporary members, and also registered entities. But as I said, to become a full member, you should be a member one. So if you go back, to become a full member, you should be a fellow, a senior member, or a member of any of these occupational groups. So that's something you should know. So, and each occupational group has a senior member, trainee member, and student member. So you can be a craftsman and you're a student. However, it's only the professional engineering occupational group that has fellows. That is something that you need to take note of. Then we also have honorary classes, and these are not necessarily engineers, but people who have contributed to the engineering field. So we call them the honorary fellows and then the companion members. Now we like titles, and so you saw that at the beginning. I use a title in front of my name. So we have post-nominal titles that we use. So F means a fellow. That means you are, I'm in the professional engineering category and I'm in the fellow. That's the highest. Then we have SPEs, which is the senior professional engineers, and then we can look at the others later. So if you're a technician, you can come an engineering technician, or if you're a craftsman, an engineering craftsman. So you see those EC, ET, and all those things. Then you can become a companion member or a honorary fellow. So those are the nominal titles that you can use. However, it is only the professional engineering group, so please take note, that can use full members who are PEs, professional engineers, who can use the ING in front of their name. So that should be noted. So if you are a craftsman, you cannot, although you're a full member, you cannot use the ING in front of your name, neither if you're a technician. So please take note. Now, in terms of the governing board or the council of the institution, currently, by the constitution, we have the president and we have the immediate past presidents. Then we have the president-elect. Then we have a vice president. Then we have one executive representative from each occupational group. Then we have 3 national councillors from each occupational group. Then the chairperson of the technical divisions. So all the technical division, the chairpersons are also represented on the council. Then we have the branches, then 4 representatives of registered entities. Then past presidents typically are ex-officio members. Then a representative from affiliated engineering groups. Normally they are co-opted. And then we have the executive director. Now, just for your information, and the current president, which at least you should know before coming for the exams, is Engineer Reverend Professor Charles Enum Adams. and the immediate past president is Engineer Leslie Aye. The incoming president, or which we call the president-elect, is Engineer Kwabena Bimpon, and the vice president is Engineer Michael Kwesi Levi-Dedi. I'm the executive representative for the professional engineers occupational group. And so the rest of the members are there. I'll not go through, but depending on the branch that you have, you should at least know your branch chair and also the technical division that you belong. You should just scan through, and these presentations will be made available online, but you should also know your professional, your technical division chair. Now, the constitution also, amongst the council, there are 6 members who form the executive committee. So they are responsible for, let me call it, the day-to-day running of the institution. So it comprises of the president, the immediate past president, who is latest and available, the president-elect, the vice president, then the executive representative of occupational group, then the executive director. These are the members of the ESCO, Executive Committee. The institution runs through committees. So we have a lot of committees, but the standing committees are the finance committee, the membership committee. So I'm the chair for the membership committee. That's why I'm running this. And it's the membership committee that is involved with all this. We have education and training committee, professional practice and ethics committee, publications committee, welfare committee, conference and programs committee, and a whole lot of others. But these are the standing committee. We have other ad hoc committees. We have infrastructure report card committee. But eventually, if you become members, you are required to join at least one of these committees to ensure that the institution keeps on running. Now, as I said, we also have a code of ethics as an institution to ensure that there is discipline, and mainly is to ensure that engineering practice in the country conforms with established technical, environmental, and safety standards. So the code of conduct will be available. I will not go into the details. I expect that you also apprise yourself with the code of conduct, but mainly issues that I want to emphasize under the code of conduct is that we should practice is to ensure that our practice is done in an honest and a just manner, and we uphold high integrity in everything that we do, but also not advertising yourself, and that's one key thing in a self-laudatory manner. So just go through, and I'm sure most of you, depending on the organization, may have similar code of conduct. It is important to note that as an organization, there is a law that we work under, and this is the Engineering Council Act. So we are one of the bodies, or what we call the registering bodies under the Engineering Council. So in May 2011, the Engineering Council came to effect, and mainly was established by law and engineer to regulate the practice of engineering and provide for related matters. So, and if you look at the objective, the functions is similar to what we do. So we derive our power from the Engineering Council. So the other things that you see in the Engineering Council Act, that's what we also have in our constitution. So it's similar to what we do. Then recently in 2020, there came into Samuel Fori. Can you switch off your microphone? Samuel Fori. Good. recently in 2020, there was an LI 2410, which mainly focuses on, let me give more details on Act 819 and how it can be implemented. So there are a lot of things that are in the Act that the LI give more details to. So for example, how should the application form be? So the application form that you filled is a legal document, and the LI will give details on that. And that was what is that. So I know what I just said may be a little boring, but these are things that you need to know to be able to run. Please, they are available online. You can contact the secretariat if you want more details, and please read before the examination time or set dates. Can we now go ahead to the route to membership? How do you become a member? What are the various ways that you become a member? We've talked about the various type of membership. Now, generally, become a professional engineer, there are basic requirements, and those who have submitted your career reports, these are the things that we will be looking out of. Whether you have a basic engineering degree from an accredited university, okay, or equivalent, let me put it there, or basic engineering degree or equivalent from an accredited university. You generally then become a training professional engineer, and you should have practiced for a minimum of 3 years. Out of the 3 years, we expect that 1 year should have been in a position of responsibility. So at this stage, your minimum post-qualification requirements, it's not number of years that you finish school, but experience. A lot of people come and we reject them. Oh, we finished school 3 years ago. No, if you finished school 3 years ago and you have not practiced engineering, then your experience is not up to 3 years. So it's the total experience that we are looking at, and we need 3 years, and at least one should be in a position of it. It is at this stage that you are qualified to write examination, and mainly the examination is in 3 parts. We have the technical review, we have the oral interview, or the technical review is normally in the form of a presentation, oral interview, and a written examination. When you pass, you become a P, a professional engineer. And when you pass and council approves it, and I'll talk about that. Then after 10 years, you can apply to become a senior professional engineer. So that is the route for professional engineers. And eventually, if you want to become a fellow, you can apply after 10 years. The Constitution says that you should have been an SP for at least 2 years to be qualified for a fellow. But there are other requirements that you need to meet. Now, so that's one way of becoming a professional engineer, but the other ways, so the door is not closed. You could be a senior professional technologist or a professional engineering technologist. So senior professional engineering technologist, or but in that case, if you obtain your degree, you only need 1 year, of position of responsibility. So we'll normally check a total of 1 year position of responsibility before you can come and write exams, then you go through. So those are the routes that you can become a professional engineer through join the professional engineering occupational group. Now let's look at the others, if there are few or some of you who are professional engineering technologists. Now, for professional engineering technologists, the basic requirement is that you should have an HND or its equivalent from, once again, an accredited university. And then you should have 3 years experience, engineering experience. 1 year should be Abdullah, please. 1 year in a position of responsibility, then you can write the exams and the process goes on. So I'll not spend my time. Or still in the same vein, you can become, if you're a senior engineering technician or an engineering technician, and later on you get an HND, you only need 1 year to be in a position of responsibility and you can write the examination. Remember, for the examination, the 3 requirements in all the processes are the same. Is the requirements in terms of whether the parts are the same, but what goes into it is different depending on whether you are a technician or you are a technologist or you're a professional engineer. Then, if you also want to become a full member of the engineering, or you become an engineering technician, then you need a diploma, a technician diploma in engineering or equivalent. Then you need 3 years of experience. Then you can write the examination. Or you can, assuming that you are a master engineering craftsman or an engineering craftsman, and later on you obtain your national certificates too, the CODBE, and you are in a position of responsibility, then you can become an engineering technician. So that's another way of becoming an engineering technician. Now, what about the engineering craftsmen? For the engineering craftsmen, we are using the National Proficiency 2 CODBE as a requirement. You need 4 years training and you do not do any examination. You come as an engineering craftsman, and after 10 years, you become a master craftsman. For the first time on Mars, we have some few craftsmen, but next Monday, we are inducting over, I don't want to get the numbers wrong, but let me say over 30 craftsmen, but the total eventually that will do in the next few months will be over 60 or so craftsmen for the institution. So they will become a mass. We have a few craftsmen, the first group of craftsmen that will be taken, large group of craftsmen that will be taken, and will be involved in the induction coming Monday morning. Now, well, we can also come through what we call the matured route. And so the matured route, the criteria is that does not have formal academic qualification defined in the various categories. So you do not have the qualification of a craftsman or a technologist or a technician or a PE. However, you are more than 40 years or more for PE, or 35 years in the other classes, and you have considerable experience. You've been practicing engineering, but you don't have the education requirement mainly. You will still fill the application, go through the process, and we will do a different type of examination for you. Normally, you do something like, you write something like a thesis, and we will examine you on that. So you can also come through the matured route by age, depending on the distance. Now, let's now go to other application processes. I'm sure most of you have filled the application forms. You've submitted them online. Your branches may have informed you, and the secretariat may have informed you about that. But the links are available, and Richard, maybe after the presentation, can give you further updates on the link and how to fill your form. But mainly, the data requirement for the application is your bio data, your academic qualification, and a section for your sponsors. Mainly for PEs, you need a fellow and you need 2 supporters, and the 2 supporters can be fellows, SPs, or Ps. So if you do not have any fellow to help you, the secretariat will still assist you with that. We know that we do not have a lot of fellows, so sometimes that becomes a big challenge. Then the rest are also stated on the form: PET, ET, the requirement, the number of people that you need. Then you need to have your career report. So the rest of the forms are this thing. Then you need to have your career report. So the career report is basically a summary or something that is detailing what you've done, your engineering experience. And so we do expect that it will have a cover page, and the cover page will have this requirement: the title, your full name, your number. But of importance to me is your technical area of focus. So if you're an electrical engineer, yes, you say electrical engineer, and you dash instrumentation, because that is going to help us to group you. Where do we know which examination? So if you are an electrical engineer and you are into maybe electronics, or let me say they are into telecommunication, and you do not write it, and maybe we'll put you into instrumentation or something that you are not familiar with, then it becomes a little difficult. So make sure that you always write your technical area of focus on your career on the cover page. Then once again, you also add your personal, your bio data, then your education background, this is clear. Then your professional affiliations, if any, if you have any other professional affiliations. Then the detailed chronology of your engineering career. And here, the requirement is that you write 2,000 to 2,500 to 3,000 words. But what it's important is, and it's that you give us key details. And key details mean what have you been doing in that organization. So if you said you went to ECG, so in ECG, which position, what were you doing, the details of the things that of the engineering work that you did. Then if you have any continuous professional development for the past 3 years, it's also key in your career report. So as I said, the details for here, the career report, the engineering experience, what we expect is you, if it's easy to, you give us the organization, give us the organogram, then you outline your personal engagements, the things that you've done, and they are there in the presentation. Then, apart from that, you can give us details of the extent with which you use certain goals of practice, health and safety, and compliance, and the challenges, the lessons that you learned from those challenges. So those are the things that we expect in your career report. I'll skip this. We are not using the engineering logbook for now, but I will go ahead with the professional examination. Now you fill the career report. I'll give you the sequences that you need to follow. But for the professional examination, how is that done? As I said, it's made up of 3 components: the technical review, the oral, and the written. So, and it's done based on your division. So we have the civil engineering professional examination, what we call the CP. Then the mechanical engineering professional mechanical and agric normally together, engineering professional examination. Then electronic engineering professional examination, and the chemical mining engineering professional examination. But do not worry, and I repeat it again, do not worry if you are in maybe biomedical, petroleum, and other engineering that we know the world has evolved. So I do not need to belabor that. So generally, we will have, and now we've changed it. We used to have examination twice in a year. Of course, COVID has brought a lot of changes, but from this year, we intend to do 3 main examinations. And so this is going to be our first examination for the year. And for the first time, we are consolidating the examination for all the regions, all branches, sorry, and the head office together. And let me just quickly, for each examination, the oral and the technical, you need a panel of about 3 engineers in that field who will be examining you, sorry, will be undertaking the examination. So now let's look at the various components of the examination. The technical review, or what we call the technical presentation, forms 40% of your entire examination. Then the general interview forms 30%, whilst the written also forms 30%. So you realize that we put a lot of emphasis on the technical review, and I'll go back to in details. The technical review, you determine what you want to present. So you will decide that maybe, let me go to, if you're a civil engineer and you're a structural engineer, you determine that you want to do this. Maybe you want to do a particular presentation on a particular project, maybe some design of 20-story building in Accra. And then you give us a 10-minute presentation on that. And then after that, they'll ask you questions. And so it's a brief presentation on a specific project or activity or process that you did. But that is key, because it's if you feel that, basically you fail the examination. So passing the technical review is key. Passing the technical review is key. And the general interview is based on, or what we call the oral, is based on your career reports, general knowledge and current affairs. General knowledge of the institutions, the things that I talked about, and then current affairs. Then the essay is basically what we call engineering society, and I'll give you more details about that. So let's go to how do you pass the examination. Basically, to pass, you need to get 50% in all the 3 sessions, that's all. However, at least 50%. However, if you get only 50% over, maybe assuming you pass the technical and you pass the general interview and you fail the written, you will call it defer, okay? Or you pass the technical, you obtain maybe 50% also in the oral, then you have deferred. However, in that case, you only sit for that particular exam. If you fail the technical, you failed. Or if basically if you get less than 50% in the technical, you fail. That's it. Or you fail any 2 components. Maybe you fail the oral and the essay, then you fail the examination, and you have to resit the entire examination. So there are a few people who will typically fail the written, and they'll just come and rewrite it that again. So generally, as I said, the technical is 10 minutes presentation, and I'm emphasizing presentation. It should be a PowerPoint presentation, and it's on a specific project activity. I think I talked about that. And after that, they will ask you some questions. So that's the technical review. Then the general interview, which is based on your career report. So here, the examiners will probe into the things you yourself have said that you've done. So do you understand the planning, design, depending on your field, installation, fabrication, do you understand those things? Do you have knowledge in the codes standard within which you operate. Do you have good knowledge about health and safety issues? Then code of ethics of the institution, the things that I talked about, and current affairs. So those are the areas that the general interview will be focusing on. Then the written interview or the written examination. Mainly, they will be looking at your communication skills, how you presented your career report, then your engineering. So those are the scoring, sorry. Those are the various scoring. This is up to 100%, then they will pick 30% of it. So that will be available for you. It's normally between 20 to 30 minutes for the oral, the general interview. Let me emphasize that now, because of COVID, these are all done via Zoom. So the general interview and the technical review will be done via Zoom. But for the written, you'll go to a specific center, which you'll be informed to write a written examination. Well, the written examination, you need not less than 1,005 words on a specific topic, what we call the engineering society. We just want to know your understanding of general knowledge in the things that are around us and how you can apply your engineering experience to them. So we'll focus on how you write in the English, the understanding of the role of engineer in society, and then understanding of key management principles, depending on the question. So once again, the scoring out of 100, we'll be looking at the presentation and language, how you treated the subject itself. So presentation is 30%, and the subject treatment is 70%. Now, so these are typical questions, and there are questions online that you can practice, but I'm bringing these questions so that you will understand that these are not difficult questions, but you need to really brainstorm and come out with the best answer. So let me just pick a few of them, but let me be quick to say that for the written exams, you have 6 questions at a go, and you'll not get the same questions. And those 6, you choose one from them. So let's pick this, let me go through. Ghana must embrace science, technology, and innovation to achieve sustainable development. Discuss. Write a paper to argue for or against the involvement of engineers in the realization of government flagship program of 1D, 1F, or 1 village, 1 dam policy. So you see, these are not typical engineering questions, but these are things in our society we are called upon to explain to people, and as engineers, we should be able to write on this. So the questions are many, but I expect that you take your time, maybe practice with about 2 or 3, if not maybe 10. And I'm sure if you are lucky, you'll get the same 1 or 2 coming up. But generally, we are looking at environmental issues, procurement issues. We are, so let me just give you another infrastructure provision is a catalyst for development. How true is this statement? Discuss highlighting both positive and negative effects. Okay. Compare the advantages and disadvantages of financing infrastructure development from public and private sources. Okay, so this is not civil, this is not electrical, mechanical, but these are things that you should read wide and to be able to understand. Now, when you go through the examination, we'll also go through some processes of getting the results out. Generally, the technical review and the oral review, the scores are immediate. So immediately after you finish that same day, they enter your score. What normally delays is they need to take time and write, mark or grade your written examination. So for the written examination, that would now we are setting 2 weeks for them to finish. So then it goes through some processes. So I'm going to tell you about it. The panel submit their scores to the representative chair. So every panel has a chair. Then they then submit it to the subcommittee chairs on membership committee. So the membership committee, we also have subcommittees. So we have civil subcommittee, mechanical, electrical, and all those things. So they then submit the results to them. Then the results are sent basically to the membership committee. Then the membership committee reviews the results to see whether sometimes some of the marks are inconsistent, the variance are so much, and we need to do some auditing in the results. Sometimes you may have someone on the borderline 49 failing, and we may decide, the membership committee may decide if the person is getting 49.2, then we may as well pass the person to get 50. So those are the discretion. After that, we make recommendations to council, and council can now also make changes to the results. And that is my responsibility to send your results to council for approval to defend your results. And when I get a result, I send it back to the executive director, who then publishes the results. So after publishing on our website for at least 30 days, if nobody has any objection, you will be formally written to that, well, you've passed, you need to pay your subscription fees, and then we'll do the induction. Also, those who are not successful will be notified and stating their weaknesses. So those are the processes. Now, those who are successful and have gone through the 30 days period will undergo induction ceremony. And now we are doing more induction, not necessarily twice a year. And in the induction, you take your engineer's oath. So even if you pass and go through all this process and you do not take your engineer's oath, you can still not hold yourself as an engineer. So we have had people who, after maybe the induction, will come again and will do the engineer's oath, and then you'll be presented with your certificate. Generally, at induction, we expect that you have paid your subscription fee, and you bring your recent photograph, which we'll be using. But all these things are done by the executive director of the institution. So what we expect for the upcoming examination, mainly by the 8th of April, 2022, we expect that everyone who wants to write the upcoming exams would have submitted the application. The application form, your career report, everything submitted. Who is writing? Filippo Uzu, you are taking over my screen. Then by 22nd, we would have notified you, would have approved, and would have notified you that you will do the screening. So whether you've met all the requirements, and we'll tell you the group that you belong to. And the examination period is going to be from the 7th to 28th of May. What we don't know is when a particular group will write. So in that letter of the 22nd, we will tell you where you belong and when you are supposed to do the examination. But generally on the 7th, from the 7th to 14th we expect that the written examination will be done 7 to 14. That's our plan, that the written examination will be done. But you'll get the official communication. Then, by the end of June, we would have gone through the approval. Then we'll use the month of July to publish, and we'll do the induction in August. So we hope that this particular group will be inducted in August 2022. With this, I want to say thank you very much for your listening to me. If there are any questions, feel free. You use the raise hand, and if you raise your hand, I will call you, or you can use the chat room. So I'm going to go through the chat room first. Those who want to raise their hand can raise their hand, and I'll call you. But I'm going to use the chat room for now. Yes, so Yao requested whether we can get the video. Yes, the Secretariat will put the video online, and so Richard will talk more about the link to the video. Since it's not stable, yes, it will be available. Please, I hope you will share the slide. Yes, it will be posted online. Frank, yes. So geological engineering is under civil, Derek Akwa is under the civil technical division. So you can apply to the civil technical and just indicate that you're a geological engineer. Then, what if you have been practicing, that's Annapolis. What if you have been practicing for over 10 years before? Yes. Okay, so yes, we understand there are people who have practiced so many years, they are just joining. You've immediately joined as a member, but then you can accelerate the process of becoming SPE. So when you join as a member, you can immediately apply to become an SPE. We'll evaluate it. We have that window at the moment. So yes, that process, you are not starting from zero again. Andrew, please, what does the current affairs really? Oh, the current affairs is mainly things happening around us. I think it's not wrong to talk about e-levy. If someone is asking you about e-levy at the moment, you should know that it's one of the topical issues, the economy, Ukraine, what is happening in Russia. And so those are current affairs issues. But at the same time, as I said, we also can ask you questions in relation to the institution itself. So who is the president and all those things. Charles, please, we are waiting. Okay, I think I've answered you, Charles. Thank you, Doctor. Okay, okay, Rosemary. Okay. Please, can we have the slides? Okay, yes, I've answered you, Eja. Okay, so let me stop at Eja. Please, I am in Accra. Can I still partake in the current examination? Yes, Eja. It's for everyone, whether you are no matter the region, we are doing one examination, so you can do it. Just indicates in the application. Richard will talk about it. So I will now go to those who have raised their hand whilst I stop at Eja. So I call on ATM. ATM, you have the floor.
Okay. Good afternoon, Doc. My question get to do with the assessment criteria. You mentioned that on the technical review, you have 40%, and that of the general interview also 30%, and the essay writing also 30%. Or one need to obtain 50% or more to get it done. And my question is that if I should have technical review 40%, all right, and maybe probably essay writing maybe 20, okay, making it 60, then of course it's a pass mark. can one then decide that once he has taken the technical review 40%, the essay 20%, making 60 as a pass mark, then he can choose to say he or she is not taking the general interview? Is that possible?
All right, thank you. I wanted, let me forward. Okay, let me go ahead and explain without this. Now, your question is very clear. First of all, yes, it's possible that you get 40% maybe in technical review, and the overall score may be even 60. 60. By the rules, you failed. I hope you understand.
Yes, I'm listening.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
By the rule, although your overall score is more than 50, you have failed. So the rule is if you obtain even less than, and just the recent ended exam, I had a situation like that. The fact that you failed the technical, you failed. Your overall may be more than. Your overall is only important when you have at least passed each and every member component of the examination. So please, do you understand ATM?
Yes. Okay. So in all, you need to participate all of them. You have to attend the technical review, general interview, and the essay writing to make you obtain the 50%, if I should get you right.
Exactly. So if, for example, let's say you and I wrote the examination. I got 51% in technical, 51% or 50% in essay, 50% in general interview. And so my average score is 50.3%, okay?
Yep.
On the, let's put it that way, 50.3%. And you, technical, you got 45%, which means you failed there. But general interview, you had 80%. And essay, you had 80%, which means although your average may be around 60 something total, you still failed the examination. Although I had 50.3, but you had about, it will be around 60, maybe 62 or 63. You have failed and I have passed. Okay.
Okay. My last question gets to do with my location. I live at Pond Water Treatment Plant. Those days, there was this speculation that the exams is being rated the number of candidates that they've gotten at a particular center before they may be allowed to be written the exams. So I live in Pond, very close to Akosombo. So in that case, are you looking at the number of people that will choose that branch, write the exams, or once it's a branch, when the date is due, exams will be set there?
Now, okay, thank you very much. I think we are having a feedback, but for now, as I said, this is the first time we are doing a consolidated examination. So I guess we are in Eastern region. So if I get you right, Eastern region has already indicated they will be doing the examination. What they are only doing is the written examination. So they will have, and we have no limits to it for the written examination. So you go to their specified center, but for the technical and oral interview is going to be online. Do you understand?
It's going to be online.
Yes, it's going to, the technical and oral is going to be online. It's only the written that you go to a place to write.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, thank you very much. Remember, those who have raised your hand, if I've already answered the question, you can lower your hand. You can lower your hand, ATM, if you can switch off your microphone, lower your hand.
Okay.
Okay, I will take the next, then go and read the chat. So Solomon, actually.
Yes, good evening.
Good
Hello?
evening. Good evening.
Yes, yeah. So I noticed in your presentation that because of COVID, this time round we are going to do 3 interviews. I mean 3 assessments. Is that the case?
No,
Or it's going to be
I
one?
said that because that is for the, I said for the first time we are doing 3 examinations. Okay, so
Yes. So I saw that in the schedule it runs from say now to somewhere August. So
no. That is not what the schedule is. Just giving you the timeline. Let me show you. Then is the examination is just in May. Okay. So can you see the examination schedule? The examination itself is just in May, but the rest are the approval processes. You get it?
yes.
Okay. So we have another schedule for the next examination, which I think is also going to be actually July. And then the July or August, then we have another one in October, November.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yes, because I saw that between 7th to 28th, most likely that's just capturing the one examination, and because
Yes,
it's not clearly spelled
that's
out,
the examination. That is for this examination.
Okay, that's fine.
This examination. Yeah, I hope that is clear. Okay,
Yes.
so you can now lower your hand and let me read a little from the online the chat room. So for the chat room, I think Eja, I've answered you. Please, I'm Frank, currently in Takrady, but we only have 2 centers, which Takrady is not. Okay. I don't know, Takrady has not registered for this particular examination. Maybe they'll be doing the July. So you may contact Techno, contact your branch Engineer Pinto. He will confirm. He will confirm it. George Andom, April, May, which other months can the examination be? George Andom, yes. So as I said, we are looking, the next examination, we'll publish it very soon, will be, I think, in July, August. Then we will have the September, October, November. I need to confirm from the Secretariat. So those are the 3 periods that we'll be doing it. Then Abdullah, please, is it necessary to include a picture in your career report? It's not necessary, but it will be good if you include it. Please, I want to know how the examination will be written. Is it a computer exam or manual? So basically it's computerized. The written is you are going to type linear. So you're going to type for the written, then the rest are online. You will have an interaction, do a PowerPoint presentation. Musa, Thanks for the great presentation, Dr. Patrick. You said there will be 3 exams there. Any hint about the rest of the skills? Okay, I think Musa have answered that already. Please, can you share this? Share the site for successful candidates. Oh yes, Richard is online, but Richard will talk about that. I'll note it for Richard to come in. Kwejo Ado, when submitting your career report to the secretary, what other document is attached to the email? Is it the career report and application? Yes, Kwejo, yes. Then I'll finally end with Benjamin. Please, when will the link be? I think it's already uploaded. Benjamin is already uploaded, but Richard will talk about it briefly again. He's the head of IT at our secretariat. So at this stage, I will go to those who have raised their hand. Please, if you the question has already been answered, you can lower your hand. So Angelo Kwabia, please, you have the floor.
Good evening, sir, and thank you for the opportunity. In your presentation, and as you posted the slide, the examination period is from 7th to 28th of May. But you also made mention of the fact that the exam period was going to also be from 7th to 14th of May. So I was a bit confused when you stated that. Could you please clarify?
Is the written? I said the written component of the written.
You know, myself and Jason
written
register as
Benjamin.
So we remember
Benjamin.
We be like professional engineers.
Yes, sir.
Who is talking? Someone is interfering. All right. So Angelo, do you understand what I just said? It's just the written.
Okay. The written is between 7th to 14th.
Yes, that's when we intend to put it, and it will be stated in your letter. But so that's why I'm saying the examination is from 7th to 28th, but the written will be within that period. Okay,
understood. Thank you very much.
Welcome. You can lower your hands so that we can have Lawrence. Lawrence, you have the floor.
Right. Good evening to everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you, Doc. My question has to do with my profession. I did BSc Geological Engineering. I've practiced geotechnical engineering for over 4 years. In this wise, how would you induct me if I'm inducted? I'll be inducted as what engineer or which engineer? And then the print on the stamp, how will it be? Is it going to be a geotechnical engineer, civil engineer, or how will it be? That is question 1. Again, question 2, with regards to the payment, the application fee. Is it going to be paid before submission of the field application with a career report? And if yes, what if you later look through my career report and you realize that I'm not eligible? What do I do then? My third question has been answered in regards to the Takoradi being a center.
So let me answer your first 2 questions. So your first question is not a difficult thing. At the moment, you are writing the examination based on your technical division. So we have not transitioned, and that's something we are looking at, where we'll give specific, like, for example, we'll give you a highway engineer, you are maybe a structural engineer. We are working on that. So for now, we will give you the general one. Either you are a civil, or you are a geological engineer or geotechnical engineer. Sorry, geological engineer. We will not give you those specific stamp. So that is how it's going to be. You are within the civil technical division. What is required of you, and that's one of the things you read in the ethics book, is that you do not present yourself. So if you know that you are you've practiced as a geotechnical engineer and you've not been doing maybe geology, you do not, of course, geotechnical and geology are close by. Maybe you've not been practicing in a particular field. You do not hold yourself and then take jobs that are not within your field. That is key. The second, maybe, yeah. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here, sir. Hello.
Hello, is that clear?
Yeah, it's clear. With a B,
Now,
with a B, it's left with a B. That question
yes.
is 2-in-1. Yeah.
Yes, I think maybe I thought I've even answered.
Okay, so what
the
they mean is, the print on the stamp will be civil engineer.
Precisely.
Right. I'm okay for the first question. Okay. All right. So
All right.
do I pay about the payment?
Yeah. So for the payment, so you apply, you will not make any payment. I think I talked about the fact that you'll be notified. You'll be notified. So you take approval and invitation of candidates. So it is at that time that you will be told that your application has been accepted and you are supposed to pay. Do you understand? For the examination. At this stage, we cannot take any money from it. And we'll even give you the accounts and how you are supposed to pay it. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And
right.
please, I have one last thing. If I'm in a company and the company always pay my dues,
yes.
How will I know if they've paid? Because it looks as if currently we did a payment and I didn't receive any mail indicating
notification.
They've paid. Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you can clarify that.
I guess you are in the mining sector. I know some people.
No. Right now I'm in the construction section.
All right. So generally, when you check your status, we are building, and Richard may briefly talk about it. We have a portal. It's not up, but subsequently, when you go to the portal, you will be able to know your status. But in the meantime, you can always contact the secretariat at the secretariat at ghi.gov.org, and you can confirm whether your dues have been paid. But typically, when it's done, you are supposed to receive notification. So, but if for some reason it didn't come, they will, and they can always confirm that for you. Okay.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
All right. You can lower your hand so that I can ask Richard Atta. Lower your hand. Lawrence, yeah, Richard.
Okay, so thank you very much, Engineer, and good evening to all of you. Well, my question, I think part have been answered because I was really wanting to know whether all the part of the examination is going to be face-to-face, but it has been answered already. But the last part is the written examination, which is supposed to be done at centers. My challenge is that most of the time my job is within the West African sub-region, so I'm mostly out of the country. Most of the time, I mean, the project takes me to, a lot of places within the region. So when it happens that we are supposed to write the exam at a period when I am not in the country, what will be my position on this? Is there any special arrangement that can be done for me in terms of written exams? Because I've just realized that most of it is online, but the written exam where I'm supposed to go to the center. When it happened that I'm not around in the country when the date comes for me to write the exams, how best can I get a special arrangement for that?
All right. Hello. Well noted. I mean, yes, there can always be special arrangements. We've had people even in the US that we've had special arrangements for people in China. For the past 1 or 2 years, we've done a lot. You still go ahead and do the oral and technical because that you can do it from anywhere. But for the written, if you are going to be at that place, wherever you find yourself a long time, at a long period of time, write to the secretariat and we'll make arrangements so that you write the exams there. But that will normally come with an additional cost. So for example, if you are in Liberia and you want to write the examination in Liberia, we will make provisions for you, sometimes through an examination center there, and you can do that. But let us know ahead of time, write to the secretariat, the acting DOP, sorry, the manager for membership service will inform me about that, and we'll make the necessary provision. Let me just say that the manager for membership service, she's not around at the moment, and Richard will be helping us with the examination questions related to this, if there are. So yes, Richard, I think you are okay. You can lower your
a follow-up. I just realized you mentioned that we're going to use computers in writing these exams. We're going to type essays and stuff like that.
No. When you are doing it outside, that one we'll do it written outside the country.
Like a manual one with a
yes,
paper.
we'll do a manual one. Yes.
Okay.
Because that one we cannot send someone to monitor.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You can lower your hand. Yeah, lower your hand and switch off your microphone. Then I'll take the last one. Then I'll go back to the chat room. Benjamin Banafo, please, you have the floor.
Good evening once again, sir. Sir, please.
Good evening.
With the link to upload the career report, I had it on it as a picture.
Oh, okay.
So okay, if I click on it, it doesn't. Yes, sir. So
right.
For me, I'll say I don't have the link.
Richard, please take notes when you come up. You answer. Richard will answer your question later. Okay.
Yes, sir. And then sir, once again, I have HND in electrical electronics, and then I did the degree in instrumentation. So in that case, at what point will I be placed?
Yes. So you are now. So what do you want to apply for? That's the question. We cannot place you. You have to apply. And from if you have a degree, then you can go to the professional engineering group. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And so if you have the experience, post-qualification experience for professional engineer, why not apply for that?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think I have experience in electronics. So
yes,
but
instrumentation is a branch of electrical. Am I right?
Yes, please.
Yes, so there's no problem in that respect.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
so,
sir.
Richard will answer your first question.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So you can lower your hand, and I will go to the chat room again. And I think if someone had a problem with the network, but I think that, as I said, we will try and solve it. The recording will be available. Yeah, so Babi, yes, so Kumasi is doing, yes, I've given them the mandate to go ahead to do their press and this same thing this Saturday. So this is more for the general one, but Kumasi is doing theirs this Saturday. So it's just the same thing. What if, hold on, there is a question that I don't understand. It says, what if you have registered, you have already registered as a member, but not written the examination? So if you are registered and as a member, then you are not a full member yet. It's only through the examination it's only through the examination that you become a full member. Please, has Bono registered for this examination? Yes, Bono region has registered. I know Sunyani is going to be part of it. Obuasi Is Obuasi a center for this examination? Obuasi, no. Obuasi, no. I know Kumasi, but I don't know of Obuasi. So we may need to check with the branch. Then Dodo, which branch are okay? Yes, so Dodo, yes, there's the need to indicate. I think I said that if you're a civil engineer, then you state structures, yes. Still, we will review, but that gives us a better appreciation of what you want us to examine us on. The first part of your question, we have Eastern, Sunyane, Ashanti, Greater Accra, the 4 members. Richard can fill in, but these are the 4 regions that I have at the moment. But the rest, the branches are communicating with the secretariat, and the secretariat can update me on that. Then, Kwejuan Ponsa, is there any consideration or waivers if you are a member of other? Oh yes, yes. Kwejo, very good question. Yes. So this is if you are a professional member and you've gone through examination, like you are a PE in the United States, or you're a chartered engineer in the UK, or Australia, or South Africa, or whatever, there are waivers for the examination. So apply and indicate that you want a waiver for the examination, and the membership committee will consider and give you a waiver. Gabriel, hello. Please, if I have submitted a career report before, and no, you have to do it. You have to do it again. You have to, because we are considering fresh one. So please, Gabriel, sorry, you have to do it again. Otherwise, it will make the work of the secretariat difficult. They have to now go back and all those things. If I want to write somewhere in June, can I still upload? If you don't want to write now, don't upload. Just wait, George. We'll do another pre-exam workshop for that group, and that should be. Hello, sir. What happens if I have already paid the subscription fee? That is not a problem. Notify the secretariat, send a receipt or evidence of payment, and that shouldn't be a problem. Please, if you have written and filled, do you have to submit? Yes. Another career report? Yes. Yes. Samuel? Yes. Whom do I contact in Eastern Region for clarification? The branch chair, but you can contact the secretariat and they'll give you the contact of the branch chair. That shouldn't be a problem. That's ATM again. Anopoli, what is the difference between CV and career report? Oh, career report more is that's the format that I gave you. It's a report. It's an expanded CV. CV is a summarized listing. So it's not, the career report details more of your engineer experience and all the things that. Then finally, please, you have jammed some of the question. Oh, Clara, really? Doctor, please, I did not get the explanation of the technical review well. Okay. Please, did you mean that one would choose his or her own topic? Yes, Clara, sorry I jumped your question, but what I meant by technical review is that assuming you are an electrical engineer and someone said it's in instrumentation, then you will pick a topic in instrumentation. So I'm not an electrical engineer, but you did some cascading or something of that sort, and you did some arrangement in electrical, and you want to use 10 minutes to explain what you did and the engineering principles behind it. Then you do a 10 minutes presentation on that process or that project, and then present it. But it should be 10 minutes. After that, they will ask you a question. That is the technical review. It's more of your highlights projects. So all of us, maybe within the past 3 years or 4 years, you would have done this iconic project that you want to show. So you choose it. Yes. So Clara, I hope I've answered the question. Kwejuan Ponsa is back again. About being a member of I am talking, okay, I'm talking about bodies in Ghana. Oh, yeah. So at the moment, the constitution says that these are bodies that we have either bilateral or agreements with. IET at the moment, we do not. So you cannot transfer your membership from IET, but we can still look at it and give you some waivers. Galaxy, I think let me stop at Galaxy and go back to those who have raised their hand. So I will go to Seth. Seth, you have the floor. Seth Frimpong, you have the floor. If not,
hello.
Yeah,
I think the question has been answered. What I wanted to ask
all right.
was,
then if it's been answered, that's okay.
No, but you can reiterate it. If you are previously a member and you have not written the exam, does it mean you have to write a career report again?
Yes.
To write before you can write the exams.
Because you need to upload it, and they are using the current one. Otherwise, they now have to go and search. It's going to be difficult for the secretariat. So just upload the same thing again. That should. And
please, okay. Are you to pay again?
No, the first one you didn't write the exam, so notify them.
Okay.
Notify them. That
All
is
right.
something you need to deal with the secretary. Notify them. That shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Michael Sarkodie.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. Please, I wanted to ask, what's the place of computer engineers in the institution? Like somebody who offered computer engineer at school, like can the person apply into the institution?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes. Can you repeat yourself? Sorry, Michael.
Yeah, I said that. What's the place of computer engineers in the institution? Somebody who offered computer engineer at school and then wants to apply. Like, can the person apply into the institution?
Yes, perfect. I mean, thank you for bringing the computer engineer. So for now, computer engineering will be under electrical, but we recognize if you get enough numbers, we'll create it as a technical division. But if you want to apply, you come under the electrical technical division. That shouldn't be a problem. We have enough computer engineers to do your examination for you. So
okay, and this is a follow-up question. Like for computer engineers, we have those who are into software development, right?
I'm aware.
So good. So
you have to indicate. So computer engineering, software development, so computer engineering, hardware, computer. Do you understand? So you have to specify. Do you understand?
And the examination will be based on that.
Precisely. We cannot examine you on something that you are not practicing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much. Most
welcome. Seth and Michael, you can lower your hand and switch off your microphones. Seth, your microphone is on. If you can switch it off.
All right.
Okay. Phone and lower your hand. Lower your hand. Then we go to iPhone. Seth, lower your hand. Then we go to iPhone.
Hi, good evening, Doc.
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, my name is Collins. This is the third time I'm joining this pre-examination workshop.
Wow.
Twice last year and then this very time. The issue has been the approval for the examination. Last year, I submitted the career report. I never got approval. It was later on that I realized the email came during the exams week. That is in the middle of July. That was really late to actually move forward in the process. I stayed again last workshop. I applied and never got an email with regards to that at all. And then this is the third time I'm joining the workshop and I'm yet to upload my career report again. I don't know what the issue might be because anytime I submit the report, I either do not get the email or the email comes in very late. Last time I inquired, I called the secretariat. They told me there were delays and then it will be approved or I'll get a notification. And as at now, I never got any notification with regards to that. So I'd want you to look into that, or if there's anything you want me to do as well too, then let me know.
All right. Do first of all reapply, send your career report, but send me an email with this complaint so that we can look into it. Okay. Send me an email, official email. All right.
That's fine.
Sorry for that, and we are really sorry for that. Okay, Evans.
Thank you.
Evans.
Good evening, Doc.
Yeah, good evening.
Please, can I go ahead, please?
Yes, please.
Okay, my name is Ohine J. Evans, calling from Kumasi. I started off in 2013 with ECG with EET 123. I've been with ECGs till now. My portfolio have not changed. I had my BSc Electrical Electronics Engineering in 2019. Am I eligible to apply for PE? I applied for PT trainee professional engineer in 2021 January, and I've been paying my dues since.
Evans,
Yes,
this one is not a problem. I don't do the reviews at the moment.
Okay.
So it will be very difficult for me to just, I think from the presentation, you will have an idea whether you are qualified in terms of experience. Otherwise, we'll have a lot of questions on that. People come with all those things. But I don't think it hurts to apply and let the committee review it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I don't do reviews again.
Okay. Yeah. My last question. My career reports is something, huge projects I did with the company when I was still with them with my EAT. Can I use it as career report?
So it should be. It's part of your career, or you are talking about the technical review.
No, I'm talking of writing my career report. I wanted to use that.
The career report. The career report should include everything that you've done, from the time you finished your HND till now, everything that you've done. That one you shouldn't exclude anything. That should be included. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Welcome. You can switch off your microphone and lower your hand so that I can go to Grace Lab. Grace Lab, you have the floor. Grace Lab, you have the floor.
Hello. Good.
Hi, Grace Lab.
Hello.
Hi, Grace Lab.
That's all.
Hi, Grace Lab. Your network, or it's from my end, your network is quite bad. I can hardly hear you. You are now off, actually. Okay. So while Grace Lab, you can go ahead now. Yes, go ahead. All right. Whilst you deal with your destiny, Grace Lab, maybe check your network, Grace Lab. And let's ATM, you've already spoken. ATM.
Yes, but I want some clarification. I'm a bit confused here. Doc, are you there?
Yes, I'm listening.
I'm a bit confused in line with the fees or whatever. I submitted my application from somewhere last year, November. I paid a certain amount. Email was sent to me for my membership ID. As of this year.
No, is it fees for no, there are different fees. Is it fees for there are fees that you pay as a member of the institution, it depending on the membership. So I'm sure in your case, if you're a TP, you pay a fee for the TP.
Yeah, I'm TP.
Yes, but this is not the fees for examination. The examination also has fees.
Okay, so that's the fees we are talking about here.
Precisely for the examination.
And how, so a link or whatever will be given to us to
I
do the
told you that there will be a notification when you are qualified on the 22nd of April. You receive an email and they state the fees and when you are supposed to pay it and all those things.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
All right. Most welcome. Grace Love, you have the floor again now.
Hello.
Lower your hand, ATM.
Hello.
Go ahead, Grace Love.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. Yes, the platform. Yes, my question is on the technical engineering, practicing something else. I'm currently a technical operator, under the area of focus.
Okay, Grace Love, it appears your network is not strong. Your line is muffled, so we can hardly hear you. So would you mind typing your question in the chat room?
Okay.
Can you type your question in the chat room? I'll read it, okay?
Yes.
All right, thank you very much. So I will go to Huawei Y97, Huawei Y9X, Huawei. Grace Love, you can lower your hand and switch off your microphone. Huawei.
Okay. Hello, sir. Please. Hello, sir. Please. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. Please. Thank you very much. I want to find out something. If you are yet to even register as a member, assuming I register tomorrow, do I still qualify to upload my my career report?
Yes, the secretariat will assist you on that.
Okay. And then also I'll, like, after reviewing my career report, it will be made known to me whether I'm eligible for the examination or not.
Exactly, based on the deadline that is on the screen.
Okay. Also, is the prices of the registration and then the examination, and would they be known here or they be known already? My network, I had a
the
problem.
Secretariat is supposed to inform you. The Secretariat will inform you accordingly. The director or the manager for membership is not available to state it, but they will make them available when you apply. So that shouldn't be a problem. They will be known. Yeah. All right.
Also, lastly, as a biomedical engineer, well, I want to know how the questions will be like. I don't know.
I'm not a biomedical engineer, so I don't even know how the questions will be like.
I just want to have a general idea whether it's going to be general engineering.
I think you go through the presentation online, the one that I did, and you'll have a general idea of how the questions will be. Okay. The rest of you who have not, if you've not raised your hand, kindly switch off your microphone. Gabriel, Grace Love, and Huawei, you can switch off your microphone so that I can go to Augustus.
Yeah. So please, I'm like, how can I get the presentation you're talking about?
I said that it will be available online. We will post it by tomorrow on the website.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. Grace Lab, switch off your microphone. Gabriel,
Yes,
switch off your microphone so that we don't get any interferences. Augustus, you have the floor.
Yeah, hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, please. I wanted to find out.
Grace Lab, Your
Hello.
microphone is still on. Switch it off.
Yes, please, a minute.
Okay, Augustus, you can go ahead. Augustus, you have the floor.
Yeah. Yes, so I'm asking if once yeah, hello, sir. I'm speaking up. I'm saying positive feedback.
Augustus, you are having a challenge with your network. Can you type your question on the Augustus, can you type your question on the chat?
Yeah, hello.
Okay. We are having a challenge with your network. Type your questions on the chat room so that I can go to Settle. Settle, you have the floor.
All right. Good evening once again. I'd like to find out, it's a follow-up question on something that was mentioned earlier. If you are to get your what do you call it, your PE in, let's say, a different country, and you want to, let's say, apply now in Ghana, you mentioned you have to request for a waiver, and I wanted to know the process behind it. So is it like if you put in the request, let's say the GHIE board will now vet and find out if they should allow you to transfer your membership from the other country or to take you through the process? I want to understand the whole process there.
I mean, we have our qualification requirements, and you said that, oh, you are a member of maybe Rwanda Engineers, Society of Engineers. So you want to transfer that membership to Ghana. So you will have to write that because you are a member, you want a waiver, and that you do not want to write the examination. So you want to transfer. But you write to the executive director. He is the CEO of our secretariat. So you write to the executive director. The executive director will forward it to me. And it's not me as a person, it's the membership committee. And we will sit down and we'll review. We may request for further information from you. And if you are able to provide those information, we will assess it and write a report back to the executive director. Then the executive director will tell you that, oh, based on this, we have approved a waiver. Maybe do not write the examination. We will start the process of becoming, or you can only do the oral interview. So it is a process. It's not, but you have to tell us what you want. We cannot push you that because of this, you should do that. There are people, like there was one lady, I think 2 years ago, so 3 years ago, who is a PE in the United States. She did not request for any waiver, went through the examination process fully. So it all depends on you, but we cannot impose that on you. I hope you understand.
Yes, sir, understood.
Right. Thank you very much. Let me finally take Samuel Quartz, and then I'll go to the chat room.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, my question is with respect to someone who is currently working in a field outside of their background. I don't know if it has been tackled already. Perhaps someone has a discipline, a background in civil or electrical, but is currently enjoying a career elsewhere, although in engineering, perhaps say computer engineering. What would the technical review or assessment be based on?
That's very good, Samuel. Nobody has asked, but that's very. So the examination is based on your practice. So although the qualification is you have to have an engineering background, but we understand that you can, like you rightly said, there are a lot of people who start as civil engineers and end up in the electrical systems world, or computer systems, software engineering, or other things. So you come and you want to go to the software engineering. It's the practice that you'll be examining on, not your qualification. I hope some of that is clear.
Entirely solely on what you are practicing now.
Yes, what you are practicing.
Okay.
Not what
Okay.
not your qualification. It is not just
And
that I have civil. The fact that you have civil does not mean that you are practicing civil. You may be practicing computer engineering. So you will be examining on computer engineering.
Okay. Okay. I'm thinking that perhaps when they also, I don't know if we submit CVs as a requirement. So perhaps if it appears that
you add your CV, you add your CV.
Okay, so if it appears that you practice for a while in this discipline, will that cause them to try and assess you or ask one or two questions in that respect?
I mean, yes, the career reports, yes, because the moment you practice it, they can ask you a question on anything that you've practiced.
Okay. All right, that's fine. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. Let me go to the chat room and answer some few questions in the chat room. And so being a member, okay, I've answered that question. If you did BSc in chemistry and an MA is water supply, do you qualify to apply? Galaxy A1, I will say apply, but apply depending on what you want to apply. Remember, we have various occupational groups. We also have those who are not engineers, companion, and honorary fellow. So we do not prevent anyone from applying. But remember that for every occupational group, there are qualifications. So for example, if you want to be a professional engineer, the qualification is a BSc in engineering. That is the basic qualification. So that is what they will be assessing on. So I do not normally prevent, oh, don't apply. Apply, but know what to apply for. Yeah, Samuel, I'm sorry, if you failed, the secretariat is supposed to, they will tell you the areas that you failed. There will be a letter written to you. Derek Aqua, please, will you be considered if you have 2 years and a few months work experience? Derek, I think you can answer yourself. No, because you do not meet the minimum requirement. And I said that these are minimum. Please, where is the link? Richard will talk about that. Say, if you have a group and you had not been assigned any lead role, can that also qualify? Yes, so position of responsibility, yes, responsibility is not necessarily being a manager or this thing, but taking charge of other people. Maybe you took charge of national service personnel who came. It's a position of responsibility. Augustus. Oh, victim. Oh, Augustus, you're a victim. Never positive or negative feedback. I don't get it, but if it's from the secretariat, we will try and be giving you feedback. Dodo, please, I've also heard you mention that the written examination, yeah, the presenters will be typed and not written. Yes. Yes, that's all. And in that case, are we coming with no, we'll provide you computers, but you can also come with your laptops. We are working towards that. You'll be informed. If you need to bring your laptops, we will inform you after the screening. Please, we are supposed to apply for the various professional. Yes, Richard, I think that one has been answered. Please, is experience gained from national, provided your national service you did in an engineering organization. Can I participate or all assessment criteria this year? Being successful and wait for the next year. No, I don't understand your question, but you cannot do this. And if you want to write next year, just wait. ATM. Okay, Augustus, you've said it's okay. Grace Lab. Okay, so Grace Lab, please, I read instrumentation engineering, but currently not practicing it. Okay, I am a technical operator now. So I think Grace Lab answered the previous question is the same thing. What you are doing now is what you focus on. Good evening once again. What about if the person is a master craftsman in electrical and have practiced it for say 10 years? Does he or she qualify? No. It's not only experience. You need, so for each one, there are academic qualification. You need academic and experience. So yeah, Babi, no. I think with that, I'll come to Senana. You have the floor.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Please, last year I joined the workshop, and
yes.
I made mention that right after national service, I started my own company, and I've been working since that time up to now. And I think you mentioned that I can still go ahead and then
precisely.
Yes, I applied. So I did submitted my career reports, and I wrote the exams. Then after that, I went in for the interview.
Yes.
I didn't get any feedback when the list of those approved were posted online. So I called the secretariat. They said they will get back to me, but I didn't hear anything. So I don't know what I have to do. So when I saw this mail again, I decided to join the workshop again, since I didn't get any feedback. Because during the interview, the issue came up that I've not been under any supervision.
Okay.
That issue came up. So
I
don't know
I was at your interview. Remember, I passed by your interview. Do you remember me?
Yes, I remember.
I passed. I remember your story very well.
Yes.
Write to me or write to the secretariat and copy me.
Okay.
I'll pick your case. I was at your interview.
Okay, please. How do your email, please?
Oh, 1 minute. Let me show you. My email was on the first page. It's pabkoe@gmail.com. But so I'll put it on the screen, and then you can look at it. So you can be on the screen. So let's go to Daniel Miracle.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello. Yeah. So let's say I already have my stamp in civil engineering, but currently I'm practicing in computer engineering. Do I have to go through the process again?
I think I said it earlier on. You don't. I explained that is your practice. So civil engineering, computer engineering, you apply, and then you said you want to be examined under.
No, I already have the stamp in civil engineering, but right now I'm practicing in computer engineering.
Oh, okay.
Careers. So doesn't mean I have to go through the system again.
Okay. Yes. So you want to get a dual. You still want to hold a civil engineering and computer. Yes. So yes, that's what you need to do.
Okay. So I have to go through the system again.
Yes, as a computer engineer.
Okay. Thank you.
That one shouldn't be a problem. Yeah. Okay. On this note, I will call on Richard from the Secretariat to answer some of the pertinent questions. Richard, are you online, please?
Yes, I'm here.
All right. So the first question that I want you to address is the issue about the link for the uploading their career reports and submission of the career reports and the way you've done it this year, if you can expatiate on it.
Okay, so currently the link was on the flyer we sent out because we thought that many people have already gone through the.
Can you speak a little louder?
So I said the link was on the flyer we circulated because we thought that most of them have already gone through the pre-examination workshop in the other regions. So we had to put the link on the flyer. But I also shared the link in the chat box for people to copy and start uploading their career reports.
Please, we are finding it difficult to hear what you are saying.
Okay, kindly hold on, let me. Can you hear me now, please? Can you hear me? Hello?
Your voice
Yes, you
is
can
a
go
little...
ahead. You can go ahead.
Kindly give me a minute. Let me change my earphone, please.
All right, but just to reiterate what he said, what he's saying is that on the flyer, the link is available. He's also shared it in the chat box. Maybe what I'll request Rachel you do is also put it online so that people can go online and access it.
Doc, on the flyer, most of the information are being compacted and you cannot see it very.
All right, that's why I said he should try and place it online so that we can at least pull it from online. It becomes easy. You go to the website, you go to membership, and then you can do it. Hello, Rich. If you are ready, you can come back and answer my next question or finalize this question if you want to add further information. Mreku, Dan, you can switch off your microphone.
Hello, can you hear me now, please?
Yes, it's better. It's perfect.
Okay.
Yes, very beautiful. Yes, you can hear you now.
So Rich, you can go ahead. Hello, Rich. Hello. Rich. Gabriel Awulo, the deadline is 7th April. 7th April. Peter, apply. The committee, Peter Datson, please apply. The committee will assess your documents. And from a cursory look, yes, you will have the requisite experience, but still apply. Richard,
yes,
if
sir,
you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you now.
You can continue with what you were saying.
Okay, so as I said, I have sent the link in the chat box, but I'll also upload it on the website tonight. So you go to the website, okay. There's a menu called membership. You click, a drop-down will come and you see upload a career report for EPE. We'll put it there tonight after this meeting.
Okay, so do you want to give details about the uploading? They should state their branch and all those things. Would you want to?
Yes, sir.
Hello, I've taken note of your name.
Okay, so when you click on the link, you see a Google form, which we have full name, GHI number, organization, contact number, email, technical division, examination center. So this time around, we have 4 branches who want to write the exam, this first exam. So we have branch 1, branch 2, branch 3, 4, and 5. Branch 4 is Accra. So you select the center where you want to write the exam. And the last one is upload your career report, which we only accept PDF. So if it's not PDF, you can't upload it.
Thank you, Richard. Another question, I think there has been, and this is not directly to you, but also to the manager for membership service. There have been challenges with feedback. So maybe inform the secretariat so that you deal with feedback. There have been a lot of complaints that especially those who wrote the exams who either failed or for some reason, they have not heard anything from the secretariat. So we need to expeditiously act on them. The other, so this is more a transmit, it's also about the fees, the examination fees. I don't know whether you want to answer those questions.
Okay,
if not, yeah.
So for the first one, the feedback. So we realized that sometimes a lot of the mails comes through to the secretariat email, which we find very difficult tracing some of them. So as part of processes to make things seamless, we have created a mail and dedicated that mail for exam. So I also share that mail in the chat box, which is exam@ghie.org.gh, so that all issues, all complaints relating to exam should go directly to that email, and we'll respond to that as quick as possible. And also for exam fee, we haven't decided on the fee yet, but we'll communicate it to them once the career report has gone through screening and has been accepted. We'll send them an invitation letter which include the fee to be paid.
All right. There were a few people who paid, but they didn't sit for the previous examination. So make sure that they can bring proof and you can waive the fees for them.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There was a peculiar, okay, sorry, continue.
Okay, so we also advise that once you register for the exam and you know you can't sit for the exam, kindly send us an email or write to us, because sometimes people register for the exam, they don't come out and they don't tell us anything. And you know, if you don't inform us and you come back that you want to use that fee for a next exam, it becomes very difficult. So we also advise that anytime they are not ready to write the exam, but they have applied and paid, they should notify us so that we can work on that, please.
Thank you. There was a peculiar issue where someone said when he clicks on the link, an image appears or something of that sort. Please, I don't know whether you can address that.
Yes.
Basically, the person should use the new link, but is it something that can easily happen?
Yes, it can easily happen because the email we shared was an image, and most of the phones do not support clicking on images. So I think that's why some of them have problems with that. But I'll share the link. As I said,
so it's
I'll share the link again, and people will be able to send career reports.
It's more about the type of phone the person is using.
Yes, sometimes. Yes, please.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much. I think you've perhaps answered all the questions that are related to the secretariat, and we've done our best to answer most of the questions. There can be more questions, and I'm sure if we leave the chance, we can continue with so many questions, individual, personalized. My email is available. You can send me an email. You can, the secretariat email has also been, examination email has been posted on the chat box. you can also use that. And contact anyone in the secretariat. They will be helpful. Richard, Aisha, Adobia, Marion, those in the membership division, they are there to help you. And so do not hesitate to contact each and every one of them. Fred is there. He's been there for a very long period. He can also help you. And I will be there to give the direction if the need be. I hope that those of you online and even those who did not attend, hopefully will be attending in Kumasi and the other branches, will all become members of our institution. Our desire is that we will have you all be part of this big family. And we wish you the best. And Deborah, if you can, sorry, Deborah, you can all become members of the institution. On this note, on my own behalf and behalf of the membership committee and the executive director, and also the president of the institution, I wish to thank you all for your interest in the institution. And we hope that you all be successful in the upcoming examination. We'll be communicating with you as time goes on. And we wish you the best. Have a good evening and enjoy the upcoming weekend. And hopefully tomorrow Black Stars will bring us some joy. We are
part of the
God bless.
Doctor, we thank you very much.
God bless you.
At least some of us who were contemplating how to go about this career reports and what have you. In fact, today we've learned a lot. I think from this time around, we'll be able to sit down very comfortable and draft it and even send it before the deadline. So we thank you, Doc. Thank you very much.
Most welcome. And there are samples available. Have a good evening.
Thank you very much for your time.
We are looking forward to the recording.
Yes, Richard, can the recording be available online tomorrow?
Yes,
Richard.
sir. Yes, sir. I will upload it.
And I'll send you the presentation right now so that you can upload the presentation right now.
Okay, sir. Okay.
So where is? Oh, okay. You are sending it to Richard to upload it. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. All right.
But Mr. Richard, where do we get it? The site, right?
Yeah, the same membership menu.
Menu on the
Relating to
website.
membership, yes, on the website. Examination, everything relating to examination is under membership. So you go to that menu, you see a drop down.
Okay.
And we'll upload it there, please.
Okay, that's okay. Take it up.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay. Bye bye. Good night. Richard, you can close it.